Ethiopia, the nation of fairness, the symbol of justice, the origin of mankind. Ethiopia Today is the English-language news channel which brings the latest from Ethiopia, mainly focusing on economy and IT digitalization.
Ethiopia has begun the second filling of its huge dam on Monday, the 5th of July 2021. The commencement of the second round of filling of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam's GERD reservoir has been notified to downstream countries. A great history to celebrate in generation to come has been made once again. Congratulations to Ethiopians and all friends of Ethiopia on the commencement of the second filling of the GERD. Ethiopia aims to store up to 13.5 billion cubic meters of water in the GERD's reservoir during the current year's flood season, which has started in July. This will pave the way for starting a long-awaited generation of electricity. Justice wins. Fairness wins. Ethiopia has never managed to utilize the Abbay River, the Ethiopian name for Blue Nile. The Blue Nile River constitutes more than 80% of the Nile Basin waters. And also surely Almighty God is on the side of Ethiopia. The nature is on the side of the people of Ethiopia. If God is for us, who can be against us? This is the verse from the Bible most Ethiopians are quoting. We would like to thank our present and past governments of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia for their bold initiation and executions which brought the big dream of every Ethiopian citizen into reality. Our special gratitude goes to the government of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed for its determination to push forward the project according to its plan at the midst of all-rounded internal and external pressures. Our thanks also goes to our engineers, consultants, contractors and everyone involved in the implementation of the GERD project tirelessly throughout. We thank you, African Union, and all our friends in Africa for your continued positive engagement and support. We believe that African solutions can solve African problems. This is great history for all Africans. This is an African history. Our huge gratitude also goes to all our international friends and partners. Special thanks to Russia and China for your unreserved, genuine and fair support throughout. We thank everyone who loves fairness and justice. Ethiopia has no any plan of harming either Egypt or Sudan but fighting its long-lasting enemy, poverty. GERD represents justice. Ethiopia finally got its share from the Nile River. Ethiopia has always abided by the 1997 United Nations established basic principles regarding border crossing rivers. These are equitability and reasonability, the obligation not to cause significant harm to neighbors and necessity of data and information exchange. As power is the vehicle driver for growth, lasting power is the stimulation for lasting growth. The UN initiative, Sustainable Energy for All, also signifies this. UN should have financed the GERD in its poverty alleviation effort, let alone to be an obstacle for the completion of the project financed by the poor Ethiopians to fight against the number one enemy of the nation. Let me share you some reflections here. Reflections to this great news from international Ethiopia and justice lovers are pouring on major social media platforms. Lawrence Freeman, who has 30 years involvement in Africa development policy, says, "It is a farce for the UNSC to take up the GERD when the O is already mediating the issue. It is pure geopolitics. Ethiopia is not depriving Egypt of water but providing electricity for development of the Horn." Idris M. Sanusi is from Nigeria tweeted this on his Twitter account. "The GERD represents me, and I will remain with Ethiopia for its full rights on the Abbay River that comes from it. Abbay River is a resource of Ethiopia. they are entitled to full benefit. No object is entitled or able to prevent them from benefiting as they wish. Why is so much celebrations? Human well-being and prosperity is closely related to energy. From vehicles to computing devices including phones, water heating and air conditioning, power plays a crucial role in our regular life. Energy development, which can be interpreted as increased provision and utilization of energy service, is a fundamental component of boosted social and economic development. Besides our daily life benefits from energy, agriculture, manufacturing, transportation, construction, health and social services heavily rely on the access to energy. The role of energy in the development process is undeniably huge and so critical. It is clear that access to reliable modern energy services helps to eradicate poverty, save lives, improve health and supplies basic human needs. There is a close correlation between an inadequate supply of energy and poverty. It is estimated that more than 1.3 billion people, approximately 1 in 5 globally, still lack access to electricity, and almost all of them live in developing countries including Ethiopia, as reports from International Energy Agency indicates. On the other part, about 2.6 billion people rely on solid fuels such as wood, coal, and charcoal for subsistence, which cause emphysema and other respiratory diseases and kill approximately 1.5 million people annually. Therefore, the access to electricity must be environmental and socially sustainable according to the World Bank. Although Ethiopia has great history of national sovereignty and international diplomatic relations and its pioneering membership of UN and ONU particularly, poverty has been the identity of this nation from the other side for a long period of time. As long history of Ethiopia shows that the country once was one of the economic powers of the globe, which can easily comparable to the current giants. However, the prevailing state now is not as such prosperity for the majority but poverty. Ethiopia is the second largest population in Africa after Nigeria and ahead of Egypt. However, this has been changing in recent years. Ethiopian economy is among the world's fastest growing economies, experiencing double-digit over the last 10 years. With the rapid urbanization, population growth and economic development, the demand for electricity is continued to grow exponentially. Thus the GERD was initiated and its construction begun in 2011. Due to reluctance of the World Bank to support the project, the Ethiopian government has financed this huge Africa's largest dam by its own people and its own resource. The Ethiopia highland region contributes more than 80% of the Nile waters. This becomes even larger during the rainy season of June through August. 8 out of 10 countries of the Nile Basin signed the Cooperative Framework Agreement in 2010 except Sudan and Egypt. Both Egypt and Sudan continuously raised their concern on water shortage, but Ethiopia assured repeatedly that GERD is a development project, won't be a security concern or threat. Every engineering works of the GERD as well as the filling time have been responsibly planned and undertaken so that it doesn't negatively affect the downstream countries. There is no hydrological evidence that Ethiopia's dam harms Egypt or Sudan's water resources. The motivation of the dam in Ethiopia is quite obvious, that only about 1/3 of its population has access to modern energy and electricity, and the majority still greatly depend on biomass fuel for subsistence. The intention of Ethiopian is also to supply surplus energy to the other countries and benefit the wider region of the Horn of Africa. Thanks for watching, and hope you liked the video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel.
Ethiopia, the nation of fairness, the symbol of justice, the origin of mankind. Ethiopia Today is the English language news channel which brings the latest from Ethiopia, mainly focusing on economy and IT digitalization.